Hey everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be filming a video for you about how to highlight and contour. I've been getting questions about how to do this for a really long time, so I figured I would finally sit down and film a video for you on how at least I like to highlight and contour my face. I know there's a lot of information about how to do it and what not to do, what to do, and there's just so much information. I know it could be really overwhelming. I'm just going to do how I like to contour, how I like to highlight. And this is by no means like this is what you should do or this is what you should not do. This is literally how I like to do it. Okay, without further ado, I'll just get right into it. I already have foundation on my face and I have my eyebrows done. So I'm just gonna go right into the next step that I do in my process. So I'm gonna be using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer to highlight with. This is going to give me a little bit more full coverage and it's also going to highlight my face at the same time. I've been using this for a while now and I love it. I start right here on my forehead. I put 3 little dots going this way like that. I put a little stripe down my nose. I do a little on my chin. And I start off with this. I blend this out first and then I'm going to be going underneath my eyes. And the reason I do my face first is because it dries a little bit fast and I want to make sure that I don't let it sit on my face too long before I can blend it out. Then after I have that all blended out on my face, I'm going to put some underneath my eyes. Okay, and then after that is all blended out, the next step is to set it. I'm going to be setting this with my NYC, the Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. And it's just a translucent powder, and I'm going to take this on a little fluffy brush like this. And I'm going to be placing this right underneath. I'm also going to set my whole face using this as well. My skin tends to get a little bit oily as the day goes on, so I always set my foundation with a little bit of powder no matter what. And this also will help my contour to go on a lot smoother. I like to contour with powders instead of creams. I do like to use cream contours every once in a while just for a little bit more drama, but for every day I always use a powder, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. Alright, so then after that, that's really it, and then I go ahead and I start to contour. So I'm going to be using my Benefit Hoola Bronzer, and I like to put this on with a fluffy brush. This is what I've been doing lately. I change my methods every once in a long while. I used to do it with a blush brush, like a tapered brush, but I've been liking using just a big powdered fluffy brush, and I just dip that in there a few times, and then I just put this right on the hollows of my cheeks. So I like to start from right about here, kind of up right by my ear, and it's gonna go, you can see it, that there's this little natural like divot right in here where there's just already a natural shadow. And that's where I'm going to be placing my contour. I'm just gonna go straight down this way like this. Contouring is just a really nice way of just adding shadow to your face and adding light to your face where the sunlight and the shadows naturally hit your face. You're just sort of bringing all of them out and enhancing them a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and enhance my cheek contour that I naturally have with just a little bit of bronzer. And I'm going to place that right here. It's always better just to add little bits at a time instead of just trying to pile on all of the product all at once. I like to lay a little bit down and kind of get the product down where I want it, and then I like to go back in with little circular motions, going upwards, not downwards, because you don't want to go past the line that you created. Going upwards just to blend that and kind of diffuse that up. So that is what I am doing. Okay, after the cheeks are done, then I like to go across my forehead, and I just start from pretty much right about up here at the top of my forehead, and I like to just add a little bit and blend it down. I kind of like to fill in this little area right here on either side of my face, and I will just blend this like so. And that's pretty much it. Lately I've been doing a little bit of powder right underneath my jawline, so I'll do that for the video today. I'll just take just a tiny bit and kind of run it right along under here as well, and brushing down a little bit. And another thing, I don't do this typically very often, only when I'm doing more dramatic looks, but every once in a while I do like to contour my nose, and so for the purpose of this video, I'll do that for you just to see how, just to show you how I do it. And I'll just take some of the same powder, and I take just a little fluffy brush like this. I don't know if you can see it. And I dip that just like a little bit into the powder because I don't want a lot. And then I just start from the top of my nose and just draw like a straight line down. Then I take just a little bit and I put it right under here and just connect that line to each other, or those lines to each other. I just connect it like this. And then I take the same brush and I turn it on its side, and I just brush the contour a little bit down on either side of my nose, just slightly. Okay, and then sometimes I like to go back over with my beauty blender because it has just a little bit of the, you know, excess product from my foundation and my concealer, and I'll just kind of bounce that back over just to diffuse it a little bit more, and that's it. So that is how I contour my face with powder. It's so simple. It's really simple. Really simple. And then after I have my contour all done, the next step that I like to do is blush. So today I'm going to be using my Milani Baked Blush in the color Rose d'Oro. It's so pretty. It's like a pink gold color, and pardon me. And then after I have my blush on, sometimes I feel like I make a little bit of a mess down under here where my contour is, and it just looks a little bit messy. And so I like to take just a random fluffy brush and just brush that right along underneath. And I don't put any product on this, although you can totally put a little bit of translucent powder on this and run that right along here, and it would do the same thing. I mean, I'm just lazy and I just don't put the translucent powder on, but I just kind of run that right here, and I suck it like this so that I make a better line. And then every once in a while, if I feel like I've really messed up, I'll take my Beauty Blender again and I'll just tap that along in a straight line and it cleans it up nicely. So that's all done. And then the last step is highlighting. So I'm going to be taking my Becca Moonstone highlighter and I'm going to be running this along the tops of my cheekbones right here and a few other places on my face. I'll show you. I'm going to be using my favorite brush for highlighting. This is a Morphe M501 brush and it's like a cool little like tapered thing. And I just take a little bit of that and I put it right up here, right along the tops of my cheeks. And sometimes I feel like highlight can look like a stripe on top of your blush and everything else. So the way that I like to fix that is I'll put a little bit on top and I turn my brush sideways like this and I make these little circular motions again to sort of blend that down into my blush. And I really like the look of a nose highlight, so I take some on my brush and I just go right down the middle of my nose like this. And then a little bit more on the tip of my nose. And I also like to highlight my Cupid's bow, so I just take a little bit right up in here like this. And I like to do my chin, because honestly my whole face can be covered in glitter and I would be totally fine with that. And then I like to put a little bit on my temples right above my my eyebrows, right here. And that's it. Literally, that's all I do every day. I don't think that contouring and highlighting has to be as complicated as those pictures that we all see with like the stuff all over the face and you're like, how do you blend that? I just don't know. So yeah, so I just like to keep it simple. I just like to use my powder bronzer to contour with, but that's it. So I'm gonna do my mascara really quick and I'll be right back. Okay, and this is the finished look. So that's really all I do every day as my contour and highlight routine. I hope you learned something from this, and again, don't take this as like this is what you should do, this is how you have to do it. Everyone's faces are different, everyone might like to contour differently, and I know that people have different things that they do and things I don't, whatever. So I'm just wanting to show you the things that I like to do every day, and do with it what you will. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It would really make mine and Brandon's day. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time. Bye! I don't care anymore. And if you, no. Thank you for watching. If you, why can't I say things correctly? How come?